we are here on this fine Saturday evening while I've been awake for approximately 37 minutes. Actually, that's giving me too much credit. Approximately 27 minutes. Welcome to the stream, everyone. We are going to be doing some tier lists again today. I haven't done these since last month, but I basically am the God Gamer who once woke up and said, what if I make people hate me for opinions? So, I'm here to make you hate me. Great! We're gonna do a bunch of different stuff today. I don't know how many of these tier lists I'm going to run through today, but here's what I will say is last time I made a few tier lists. I made 3. I have 5 prepared for you today. We have the Mario Kart All Courses tier list, which we may do. I don't know which ones I'm doing yet. This is what I got. We also have the Xenoblade 1 through 3 All Major Characters tier list from last time as well that I didn't touch. Which we could do those. I could save those for another time. We'll see. We also have, and I don't know how I feel about this one, but it was like, okay, that one might be interesting. The All Nintendo Switch Nintendo Published Games tier. Several of these I have not played, but the Switch was a long-ass generation, so this is Switch 1 specifically. And then I also have N64. Yeah, I was struggling to grab some new ones. We have N64 Online, just ranking the individual games on that service. And this is just a Smash Bros. One, but I won't be ranking them based on, like, who's good. I figured I'd come up with something unique and just be like, Smash Brothers characters who are most likely to eat bread. And then it would be like, yeah, Bowser hates bread. Lucina, she's okay with bread. Inklings, they do eat bread. It's on the burgers that they make, you know, something like that, maybe. Or we'll put them back down there though, in case I do use that. Bowser eats burger. You know what? That's right. He does. Well, he eats wings. Does he eat burgers? When did he eat a burger? See, no, I don't know if this is actually the the theme I would do for this one, but I figured we could come up with something unique for this one, because this one was just a pretty generic one. It didn't really have a theme other than just including the Smash roster. So, any of these in particular standing out as ones we want to just, like, make people hate us over? I mean, I could do this one, but I don't think many people would give a shit. So let's start with maybe the Mario Kart one. Yeah. So here's my first controversial take. All right, you ready for this? Anything from the arcade games, I do not have enough time with those games in order to give you a ranking. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna create some new categories. We'll start with arcade courses. I can't count because I DK them very much. I can't say I haven't played them because that's not true. Okay. And then... Oh, see, I hate the way that they do this. Okay. So we need to put D tier back in. Wait, what color was D tier? Green. I feel like it should be backwards. Like D... Whatever. Green for D tier. And then we'll add another one below. And then move that up. Okay. And then this will be a tier for my hatred of God. I freaking hate Mario Kart Tour courses. Cool. Awesome. That seems very mature and fair. What say you? Here. I'm gonna also do something here. And that is center this a little bit more. And then we'll just filters crop and cut out more of the left. Okay, that didn't work quite in the way that I thought it was going to, but that works. Alright, lock it in place. Okay. Alright, any other additions to the roster we should have here? Do they have the repeats of, like, DS Wario Stadium, but in Wii U? I'm not seeing that, so this is just purely based on their original appearances. What about for Mario Kart World? Because some of those do get rather changed. No, doesn't look like it. Okay. Alright. Let's start with the Super Nintendo courses, I guess. Because, I have no tact, I have no style, and I have no grace. Most of them will go into D tier. I will reiterate. Here. I'll actually do this as well. I'm gonna do one more tier. Add a row below. Okay. Actually, other than the Mario Kart Tour courses, actually a terrible track. So this would be ordinarily anyone else's F tier. I rarely place things in an F tier because, I don't know, I tend to lend more on the side of positivity that even if I don't like it, it's still probably a good course to someone. And I'm not trying to necessarily make this like everyone's opinions conglomerated into this. This is my tier list. There will be many like it, but this one's mine. However, if I actually am just like, I cannot see anyone enjoying this track, purple tier. If it's a Mario Kart Tour track, white tier. If it's a Mario Kart Tour track that I actually like, purple tier. Alright? Alright, we understand now. So, for the Super Nintendo, it's gonna be a lot of D's in purple, actually. Mario Circuit 1. And keep in mind, I'm only ranking this here based on the entire franchise existing. If we were talking purely Mario Circuit 1 and like SNES tracks ranked based on their own ranking, maybe it would be a C tier. Most like first courses I feel like are perfect first courses for every Mario Kart game. I can't really think of one that I actively dislike outside of maybe Figure 8 Circuit. And even then I still like it out of nostalgia, so yeah, we'll start there. Donut Plains 1. Now, the other thing I have to keep in mind is I don't actually know a lot of these off the top of my head very well. It's Donut Plains 3 that's in Mario Kart, right? I should also, because there's so many of these, I should also do a currently ranking tier just to place things into. Okay, and now we play. Okay, so Donut Plains 1. Let's go ahead. I don't remember this one enough, so I'm just gonna put it in D tier because that's probably where it belongs. Actually, yeah, D tier, that's fine. Ghost Valley 1. Now, here's the problem. I don't remember that one enough. Maybe I should make a tier for fuck, I don't remember this track, boring? But if I don't remember it, I don't think I could call it terrible. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Pink tier. More tiers! Okay, wait, no. D has to be green. Add a row below. I can't remember this one. And we'll make that pink. Okay, so we'll put those two both in there. I have played the Super Nintendo Mario Kart. Mushroom Cup doesn't stand out to me in my head. Bowser Castle one I do remember a little bit. You know what's kind of crazy to me? Correct me if I'm wrong, but in all of Mario Kart history, we've never had a SNES Bowser Castle remastered. We've had the GBA ones quite a few times, right? But we've never actually had a Super Nintendo Bowser Castle, I don't think. Pros, feel free to speak, even if your opinions are, quote, terrible. I'm here for every man's opinion. Every human. I want to hear your thoughts, even if the people will kill you. Tour Bowser Castle 3 was SNES. Was it? Okay, so here's the other thing. When it comes to actually playing Mario Kart Tour, the mobile game, I don't have a lot of experience with it. I have it on my phone. I think I even still do. Phone's in the other room. But for the longest time, the game was centralized around the gacha stuff, and I didn't want to play it while it was in gacha mode, so I didn't. But it was in 8 Deluxe, wasn't that? Hang on. Wasn't that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Well, I guess I just have the courses right here, don't I? No, wait, this doesn't do retro tracks. Course pass. Course list. I genuinely don't remember. I thought that was another GBA one. Okay, it was in the last wave, right? Wave 6. No, you're right, it was SNES Bowser Castle 3. Okay, so what I just said, just completely wrong information. That's how you know we're off to a great start. Alright, cool. Mario Circuit 2. This is the one that reappears in 7. With the, like, gliding part. And I'm gonna rank it based on its appearance in 7, because I actually like that gliding part, where you, like, bounce on the yellow thing to cut the corner. I think that brings it up to a C tier. Not very much, but it brings it up to a C tier. Choco Island 1. 2 was in DS, I remember that. Choco Island 1, I do remember. I remember not liking it. That's our first actually a terrible. Maybe I should just rename it to bad. Because terrible seems... Yeah, we'll do this. Letters are, like, confusing. So we have good, great... How do you spell phenomenal? Phenomenal. Did I do that right? Nope. Add a row above. Literally the single best. This is going to be for a single course. Alright. And that's gonna be colored at... We'll do light blue. This one doesn't really match the rainbow thing we got going on, but yeah. Okay, so that will be for whatever I determine later on is the single best course. You've been seeing people all day realize Sonic Colors DS is better than the Wii one. See, now you've told me that many times over the years, but here is my copy of it. I don't have one, but maybe I'll go to the store and I'll get one. We'll see. The other thing is I don't actually know when it comes to DS emulation. I don't know what is a good way to handle that game. DS As you're witnessing with me streaming Partners in Time the way that I am, DS emulation is a very hard thing to do. And as for like playing it on original hardware, that's easier said than done at this point. I don't even know if I'm ever gonna find that game physically, but if I do, you have my word that if I get my 3DS capture fixed and I find a copy of the game, I will stream it. Ghost Valley 2, now, I believe this is the one that appeared in Mario Kart Wii. This is also the one that Megan lost her fucking mind doing that one Mario Kart World free roam thing on. Like, they recreate all the Ghost Valley courses in free roam. And she spent like probably over an hour and was like, "Don't tell me how to do it. I just want to do it." And then I sat there and I watched her. It was difficult. Difficult, lemon difficult. It's okay. I don't really care for any of them, but you know, I'm gonna bump Bowser Castle 1 into average. We're gonna put this in okay? Donut Plains 2. This one is another but I would say this is the top of And also, like with any other tier list that I do on this stream, whatever I place furthest to the left is the highest ranking of that. So keep that in mind as well. The order is important. I don't just put them in the tier and then forget about it. Bowser Castle 2. This one, yeah, I remember actually kind of liking the layout of this. This one does have a really dumb fucking dead end, though, that goes nowhere. And it's like, can we do that again in Mario Kart Courses? Where, like, you have to take, like, a whole 30 seconds to turn around. I'm gonna put it at the top of Yeah, fuck it. But also, please bring it back. Like, I hate it. But please? You know? Mario Circuit 3. This is probably the best of the Mario circuits. Just kidding, it's the worst because it keeps coming back! Fuck! Koopa's Beach 1. This isn't the one that's remade, is it? In Mario Kart World, or is it? No, it is, I think, actually. Without the fucking mountain in the middle, it's kind of hard to recognize. Is it Koopa Beach 2? Hang on. Mario Kart World Retro Tracks. I'm gonna have to get like a list of all the retro tracks from every game. This isn't helpful. There's a very small image. It's very small. What cup is it even in? Oh, it's Koopa. Yeah, it's just labeled as Koopa Troopa Beach. It doesn't even include a number. So I'm assuming that's Koopa Troopa Beach 1. Yeah, World just straight up doesn't specify if anything is a retro track. Yeah. Here's my controversial take, alright? I actually don't hate the Koopa Troopa Beach courses. I know they are just a circle. But what I like about it specifically in Mario Kart World, when you're doing the 3-lap courses, is that it is a 5-lap track, like the Super Nintendo. I actually think that's kind of nice. Even if the course itself, yeah, is still pretty boring, it's not really that interesting. I'm gonna put it in instead of bad for that reason alone. But it's at the bottom of maybe above Mario Circuit 3. Hang on, let me look at the course layout for Koopa Troopa Beach 2. This image is fine, but I need like Koopa Beach 2. I need like a better aerial view of it. This one came back in DS. Oh, wait. No, according to this, it's also in Mario Kart World? Is it? According to this wiki article, this is the one that's in Mario Kart World. But the layout seems so different there. Whatever. You know what? On that note, bad. I can't recognize which one it is. Bad. Apparently this is the one in Mario Kart World. And so I'll bump it. Yeah, I'll put it there. I'll put it above Ghost Valley. It's still in DS Choco Valley, Choco Island. Don't like this one. I mean, it's the Super Nintendo, but it appears on DS as well. Don't like that one. Vanilla Lake is one that's never come back, surprisingly. And Vanilla Lake 2. Probably in tour, but I actually kind of like the Vanilla Lake maps, even if the fucking... I only like them because they haven't come back, though, because the fucking... There's like these like blocks in the middle of them that you have no choice but to bump into them to get them out of the way, and then they despawn. They're super fucking annoying, dude. I hate them. Actually, bad course. I like them aesthetically, but... And if they came back, I'd probably like them more. But with those blocks that you have to, like, push out of the way, bad. Bad, both of them. I don't like either of them. This one's slightly better because I like the big hole in the middle. It's Koopa Troopa Beach 1 and 2 combined, maybe? I don't know. Who knows? Bowser Castle 3. Now, this one I'm gonna rank in good. We also have... I guess... Here's the thing. How much are we considering later appearances of these courses, and how much are we just considering as is what's given to us right here? Because this is just telling me the Super Nintendo one, in which case, probably average, right? But if I'm considering the Mario Kart 8 version, I would go so far as to put that in phenomenal. I'm not even joking. I really like that track. But... I guess you have to balance them out, right? So, considering I'm looking at the Super Nintendo one, it's not the Mario Kart 8 version, I'm gonna put it in good. Okay, good. Mario Circuit 4. This one's never come back, which is funny, because we have a Mario Circuit track in Mario Kart World that has all the other Mario Kart Mario Circuit tracks, but not this one. And this one's actually probably the best one. I would put it in good. That's how strongly I feel about that. Alright, Donut Plains 3. This is the one that's in Mario Kart 8. Bottom of average, really. Actually, top of Alright, 2 more Super Nintendo ones, then we can actually get into some decent shit. Ghost Valley 3. Unfortunately, I just don't really have a lot to comment on with some of these. And this one is another one that I'm having a hard time actually playing on. You know what? I'm gonna rank these anyways, even though I can't remember them. Because I'm just looking at the course layout on the overlay here. I'm gonna put that one in and then this one is gonna go in bad. Okay? Do we agree? There's a Riders and Racing tier list. Sonic Riders and Sonic Racing? After I play more of those games, send me that one. Because I've really only played Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Okay, so our first Rainbow Road of the series. I'm not ranking this based on the legacy of, oh my god, it's the first Rainbow Road. You gotta give it some credit, right? Because, again, I'm looking at the whole franchise here. And when you place Rainbow Road in the rankings of other Rainbow Roads, the SNES one is... I wouldn't say it's the weakest, but it's probably the second weakest of them. Now, that said, I do actually kind of like the Mario Kart 7 and 8 versions, where they add the rainbow thwomps that cause the map to, like, buoyant. You know what I mean? Fro says king of I think I'm kind of maybe agreeing. I might be inclined to bring it up to average just because of the fact that I do like the 7 and 8 versions. But when we're talking solely the original version of Rainbow Road, I mean, it's actually a fairly simple layout. The only thing that Rainbow Road has going for it over other tracks in this game is the fact that there is no off-roading. Like, it is the only track in the game, I guess other than the Bowser Castles, but those have like hard walls, so it's hard to get off-road anyways. But it's the only track in the game where if you fall off the side, you're gonna instantly be punished. Again, the Bowser Castles kind of also apply, but it's hard to do that. So, for that, I'll put it at the bottom of average. It'll probably be... What's the opposite of the king of a the peasant? It'll be the peasant of average, where it's always the bottommost average tier, I think is what's gonna happen here. The jester. Yeah. Alright, let's move on to Luigi Raceway. We're on to N64. N64 tracks. Now, here's my thing. I do have a lot of nostalgia for Mario Kart 64. I'll be the first to admit that to you. This was my first Mario Kart. I did not play the Super Nintendo one until, like, on stream, I think, even. This game has not aged as well as I thought it did in the controls department, but I still really do like coming back to this game purely on a nostalgia level. If I had no nostalgia for this game, I'd probably be right in the boat where everyone else is at this point, where I'm like, yeah, I don't really see a need to play the 64 Mario Kart. So that in mind, there will be a nostalgia bias here because it is my first one, but I'm gonna still attempt to rank these reasonably. All right. Starting with Luigi, it's the best in the fucking franchise! Alright, Moo Moo Farm, phenomenal. Koopa Troopa Beach, phenomenal. Calamari Desert, phenomenal. Okay, no, not really. I don't actually feel that strongly about any Mario Kart 60... Well, we'll see, but I don't think I do feel that strongly about any of these. Luigi Circuit is the king of average for now. This is as average is gonna get. I do like the little blimp that comes down and has an item, and I think it's like a... Isn't it like a guaranteed star every time in Mario Kart 64 specifically? And then you have like the little Jumbotron where you can actually see the character. I mean, it leaves a pretty good first impression for an N64 Mario Kart, you know, upgrading from the Super Nintendo. But again, we are ranking through the whole franchise here. This did come back in 7. It didn't really change anything. I don't even know if the blimp was still there. The blimp was the best part about it. We'll go ahead. All right, Moo Moo Farm, I kind of went this out of order, but Moo Moo Farm is not Moo Moo Meadows. That has come back a few times. Moo Moo Farms came back in DS, and obviously is N64 as well. Moo Moo Farm is probably just another average. I do like the segment towards the end with the Monty Moles. And there's like the bridge that you can run into that'll fuck you up, but like it's Mushroom Cup. It's not gonna leave that strong of an impression. Actually, I say that, but there's one on here that will probably leave a pretty good impression. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in average. I might even go so far as to say I do think I like Mario Circuit 2, the 7 version, more than Moo Moo Farm. So, okay, cool. Toad's Turnpike. This course is fucking annoying. Toad's Turnpike The problem is with anything that came back in base roster 8, I'm kind of sick of it at this point. Because I've had 10 years of playing on this track, you know? When I look at the N64 version of the track, though, what I do like is that if you play in mirror mode, the traffic... Instead of the traffic getting mirrored, they just said, fuck it, traffic's coming at you now. That was a weird random choice to me, but I kind of like that. I don't think it's average, but I also don't think it's good. You know? So I guess that would mean it's a personal I don't think maybe the global ranking of this course would be but for me, I'm so fucking burnt out on it, I'll put it at the top of Alright, so Calamari Desert is probably our first great course. I don't know if I would say phenomenal, but here's my logic. I think waiting on the trains is fucking hilarious. Especially when you're playing on original hardware, the N64 version, watching the AI not give a shit and just try to drive through the train anyways. It's funniest shit I've ever seen. These days, yeah, the N64 version of Calamari Desert isn't my favorite version, but in Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass, they have the lap 2 that deviates and goes on the railroad tracks. I fucking love that. I would be so far as to say that version I would put in phenomenal, but as a compromise, great is where I will put Calamari Desert for now, and I stand by this. Frappe Snowland from Mario Kart 64. Give me a second, I need a drink, actually. So, Frappe Snowland is the, like, basically plains one with the, there's like a giant Mario snowman and there's like a field of snow fuckers. This one came back in DS and I remember it was annoying in mission mode. There was one where you had to drive backwards. Not considering that, I like Sherbetland. Call me... Aside from the one part right before the finish line where the snow's built up along the side of the road and every time you see, like, pictures of, like, highway snowplows, you know, clearing out highways during the wintertime, it looks like Frappe Snowland on the last lap. Or the last portion of the lap, rather. I would go so far as to put this in... It's probably a personal as well, actually. I hate that there's a number of Super Nintendo tracks above it, but that is how I feel about it. So, sorry. Choco Mountain N64. So here's the thing. For the N64 version, I don't know if this is a controversial take or not. I kind of find it to be a little generic, but this course has come back a number of times, and every time it does, it's like vastly redone except for DS. I really, really like the 8 version, and I kinda like the Mario Kart World version. Mario Kart World's version of this track is fucking unrecognizable, though. Like, I didn't even realize, I was like, oh wait, this is the N64, I didn't even realize that. We're gonna go ahead and put it in good. I don't think it's great, because, well, actually I do. You know what? No, it is great. Yeah, it's like Mecha. It's probably gonna be our peasant of great tier, I think, for a while here. So, we'll do that. Okay, Mario Raceway. This is the one with the spinning go sign. There's like a warp pipe. This one came back in Mario Kart Wii. This is, yeah, I would put Donut Plains 3 above it, actually. I don't care for this course very much. I like the music of the Raceway themes a lot. But I just don't care about this one very much. Also, this remix is fucking crazy, by the way. I just kind of wasn't paying attention to the music at first, but this is the fucking, like, the bonus level music from Mario Sunshine. I don't love it, but it's interesting that they went with that course. Anyways, Wario Stadium. Yeah, no, it's not the doo-doo-doo level music, but it's the, hang on. I'll rewind the music and turn it up so you can actually hear it, maybe. Well, it is actually turned up, but it's turned down because I'm speaking. Hang on. Mario Sunshine bonus level music. Not the doot-doo-doos. Because this is gonna be the doot-doo-doos. Yeah, that's the doot-doo-doo. What's it called? Mario Sunshine Sky and Sea? Yeah, this song. Of all the songs they could have remixed. Why this one? I don't know. But they did. Okay, cool. Anyways. Alright, let's sorry. Mega distraction. I just completely derailed there. Wario Stadium. So this is probably gonna be our first real discussion piece here. Where the fuck do I rank this course? Because I feel the two different versions of this course are like vastly different tracks. Wario Stadium on N64 is boring, really long, kind of a neat theme, and the first time they did like the BMX thing. And then like there's the really funny part where like all of the wall textures is just Wario's face. And then there's the Mario Kart World version, which isn't a phenomenal course, but is vastly improved. And I would say when you include the trick system in that course becomes very interesting. I would put the original version of this track at the bottom of eh or top of bad. I would put the world version at the bottom of great or the top of good. So I guess that puts it in average then. By that logic, the very fucking middle of average. You know what? I'm gonna put it just above Rainbow Road, actually. Yeah, right there. SNES Rainbow Road, yeah. I think that's where I have to put it. I don't care for this course too much these days. For the longest time, I was just like, I just want to see it come back. And then it did. And now that it did, I'm like, okay, now I can be honest with it. and admit that, yeah, this course isn't really all that fantastic, is it? Sherbert Land. This came back in Mario Kart Wii. It's got a giant falcon penguin in the middle. There's a cave segment that's pretty okay. It's better than Frappe Snowland, but I don't know by how much for me. I do like the iceberg aesthetic. I'll put it... You know what? I feel like I'm not putting enough things in good. I will go so far as to say this is the bottom of good. Because, you know, it is better than Luigi's Raceway, I would say that. I was about to put it in eh. And you know what? With that in mind, I do think that this is better than Luigi's Raceway as well. So top of... This got a massive jump just now, but it went from top of eh to top of average. Alright. Koopa Troopa Beach. Oh, this was the other Mushroom Cup track that I moved around. Koopa Troopa Beach is... Yeah, it's good. Bottom of good. I like the shortcut you can take that like literally skips like 30 seconds of the track. It's insane. And the music's nice too. Yeah, bottom of good. I like the 8 version more, sorry, the 7 version more than the N64 version, but only because the ramp is easier to hit. Because the controls aren't ass. Royal Raceway is a course that got neutered in Mario Kart 8. You can't drive up to Peach's Castle and do your own little, like, let's play of Peach's Castle in a Mario Kart. What the fuck were they thinking? Okay? Bullshit. Bad course, okay? I actually do think that this course is, like... I used to really love this course, and these days I'm just kind of like... Maybe it's because of Mario Kart 8, but these days I'm like, whenever it comes up. So... the question is, do I like it more than Mario Raceway? And the answer to that is no. No, I do not. Right there is where it goes. Wow, I'm more harsh on these N64 tracks than I thought I was going to be. Bowser Castle N64. Okay, this one... This is probably one of the weaker Bowser Castles for me. I like the Thwomp Marty. Marty is fucking awesome. You gotta consider Marty when you're ranking this castle. My problem with it is it doesn't feel very threatening. Like, this is a very, like, safe Bowser's Castle. There's, like, that one part where you're on the bridge, and you can get pushed into the lava there. But other than that, not really a lot of times you can fall off of this track, unless you're doing, like, trying to cut a corner somewhere, towards the end. This is, like, the average Bowser Castle to ever average. Yeah. DK Jungle Parkway. Oh, I know, this is gonna be a bold take. I do not like this track. I don't. I just don't like it. I'm gonna put it at the top of bad, but it is not a good course for me. So this is the one. This came back in Mario Kart Wii, and I don't think it's come back again since. Yeah, no. This is the one where it's like there's a river in the middle with a boat on it, and one of the first things you do is you go around a loop and you launch across the river, and then you're just kind of driving through the jungle. You know what? One thing DK Jungle Parkway does have going for it is that little cave segment after the bridge in the picture here. That little cave segment comes back underneath Hyrule Castle in Breath of the Wild for some reason. Just like that whole cave segment is just recreated. I don't know why, but it is. It's there. Okay, whatever. Still a bad course. I don't really like it. Best it could do is bottom of but I'm gonna put it in bad. I just don't like this one. Yoshi Valley. I'll drop my fidget. So here's the thing with Yoshi Valley. The original version of this track was kind of funny, because whether it was a hardware limitation or direct design choice, the game refused to tell you your placement. So you had no idea if you were in first, last, fourth, third. On N64, the optimal route is pretty hard to find. And then on Mario Kart 8, the different routes don't really feel like it. Like, on N64, there is an absolutely, like, wrong route you can take that is just, like, objectively extremely slow. On Mario Kart 8, you're not gonna fall that far behind if you take the bad route. You will fall behind, but it's still not that bad. There's also that weird fucking egg at the end of it. There was a time where I really, really loved this course, and I would have put it in great. But I don't think I feel that way anymore. I wouldn't say it's average, though. Because... How could I say this is an average track? Because this is very unique as far as, like, the N64 is concerned. But I wouldn't say it's... I'll put it at the bottom of good. That's the best I could do for you. Banshee Boardwalk. This came back in... Wii? No. DS. This came back in DS. It's... Forgive me. It is like an HD version of the Ghost Valley... Or HD version of the Ghost Valley tracks. From the original Mario Kart. Which I think is what they were going for there. I don't know. Especially on N64 hardware itself, it's very boring. And then on DS, it's not much better. I do like the fish. I don't know. I guess it's got that going for it, but... Yeah, I'll put it in this. Is it better than Toad's Turnpike? I would put it... I would put it right there. N64 Rainbow Road. Now this is one that I have a hard time figuring out my opinions on it. N64 Rainbow Road is hard to rank because I actually kind of like the original version that took 7 minutes. But also, that's 7 goddamn minutes of my life. And also, I like the chain chomps that were in the original version. And then in Mario Kart 8, they just kind of neutered it, like, so hard. I get the idea of turning it into a one-lap track because it was so massive. But I feel like they also just generally made the course smaller in Mario Kart 8. So this went from a good Rainbow Road to average, I'd say. Now... one thing I'm gonna give it a little bonus points for is it came back in one other game. Do you know what game that is? Hang on. That is, of course, it came back in F-Zero, baby! Which puts it in the phenomenal tier, baby! It's goddamn F-Zero X, motherfucker! Of course it's gotta be in the phenomenal tier! Why wouldn't it be? I rest my case. I'm gonna put it in great. Only because it came back in F-Zero. Genuinely, that is the only reason why. Otherwise, it would be average. Okay. Peach Circuit. Peach Circuit from GBA. We're in the Super Circuit tracks. I feel like I'm going to have a lot of similar opinions here to the SNES ones. I don't care for the flat ones. But the difference here is Super Circuit, although I hate the game itself with a burning fucking passion, its course concepts are actually all really, really great. Playing on them is a different story, but like you'll see here, we got like Cheeseland, Boo Lake, Sunset Wilds, especially when we're talking original hardware here. Actually pretty impressive what they were able to accomplish on the Game Boy Advance. So, Peach Circuit, I believe this came back in DS? I think? Maybe? Peach Circuit, that's another first track, it's another average. Ranked lower than Luigi Raceway is where I would put it. Shy Guy Beach, this one came back in Mario Kart Wii. In which case, I fucking hate that course. In the GBA, it's alright. Put it at the top of for me. Riverside Park. I love this track. I believe this is our first phenomenal, and I'm not joking. Our first actually ranked phenomenal track. Specifically, if we're talking the 8 booster course version, absolutely phenomenal. If we're talking the original, because I don't really love the way that Super Circuit controls, it'll probably get bumped down to great or good. But I'm gonna put it in phenomenal now, just as a bit of a bold choice. Lakeside Park had the volcano. Oh, you're right. That one did not come back, did it? Lakeside Park. We'll get there when we get there. Bowser Castle 1. I'm debating putting the GBA Bowser Castles in great purely for their music alone. I love the GBA Bowser Castle music. Did this one ever get remade? Hang on. GBA Bowser Castle 1. It's in Mario Kart 7. Okay. Yeah, I remember it in 7. I'll put it in the middle of good. Like, yeah, like there. I think that's fine. Okay, Mario Circuit. This is the one that was remade in 8 that got the part that, like, lifts up. Don't kill me. Boo Lake! Okay, this is probably the best of the, like, boardwalk style maps, especially if we're considering Booster Course Pass. I like the part where we go under the water. I love the fucking music here as well. Say what you will about Super Circuit, that game's soundtrack is genuinely great. And for that reason alone, I'm gonna put it in, it's not better than good for me, but I would put it there, yeah. Above Mario Circuit 4. Cheese Land. So, apparently, apparently people hate fucking Cheese Land. And, listen, I get it. You guys are all cheese haters. I'm the motherfucker who eats the cheese, though. Have you seen the Smash Brothers map? Alright? I'm gonna put it in great. I like the Mario Kart 8 version quite a bit. And I love the music as well. I love the mice theme. On paper, Cheeseland is kind of another desert track. And I have to agree that most of the time desert tracks are pretty boring. But it's fucking cheese. Duh. Of course I'm gonna put it in great. Bottom of great. Bowser Castle 2. GBA Bowser Castle 2. Let me see where this one came back. This one came back in DS. Okay, I remember this one. This is the one... I mean, they're fairly indistinguishable from each other, except for, I think it's 3? Was 3 the one that came back in Mario Kart Tour, and it had that just, like... Just fucking do whatever you want when it came to the fucking level design of the, like, bonus version of the track. Like, we don't give a shit anymore. I think that was Bowser Castle 3. I'd put it slightly above the first one, but it's, yeah, it's about the same place. Luigi Circuit on the Game Boy. Ah! This is the one where it rains. It's pretty much all it's got going for it. Top of Sky Garden. You want to talk about courses that got botched when it was remade. Sky Garden is a... Sky Garden might be one of the best tracks from Super Circuit in Super Circuit. In DS, it's like, okay, well, it loses its appeal a little bit because there's a lot of really good courses in DS. And then in Mario Kart 8, it's kind of, I don't really like that version of the track. I flip around on it so often, though. But sometimes I'll tell you, yeah, I like this version of the track. I feel like the biggest problem with it, though, is it feels so much shorter. And also, I think the layout of it is different. It just doesn't feel like the same track in Mario Kart 8. Whereas, like, Cheese Land, when it's remade, it's like, sure, it doesn't feel like the same track, But like you can kind of like be like, oh yeah, this is what this would look like. Sky Garden just straight up is like confusing and doesn't feel like the same track. It just feels like taking the idea of Sky Garden and making a different course out of it. So for that, I would personally rank them separately, but this isn't gonna have that as an option. No, it doesn't. So through that, I say nay. Where did I just put it? Oh, average. I would put it at the bottom of good. Only because of how neutered it would be. Otherwise, it would be in great. I'm not even joking. It would be in great. You know what? I'll put it... I'll be generous to it. I'll put it at the top of good. Because I do really like the GBA version of the track. Cheap Cheap Island? I don't remember this one at all. What the fuck? Hang on. Cheap Cheap Island GBA. Doesn't seem like it's ever come back. Oh no, it did come back in Tour. Here's a screenshot of what this image... What? Save image as. Okay, my computer was being weird. Okay, hang on. Where's OBS? Here's a screenshot of what this course looks like on Tour. I'm gonna be real, I still don't recognize this bitch. I don't know if I've ever played the Tour version of this. I guess that just goes to show how forgettable the track itself is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one, boss. Alright, I gotta put OBS up there. Okay, I should rank it though. I should get rid of this category and rank it anyways. I need a course layout. GBA cheap island map. Alright, here's the map for it. God, I don't remember this course at all. Where's the start line? I don't know. I mean, fuck yeah, I just don't ever remember touching this court. I think I can't rank it. I have to put it in this category. I was gonna try to like not leave that category there, but like I don't know this one. I just can't remember it. All right, Sunset Wilds. This course is... The layout of it is, like, whatever, but just for the sunset alone, this course is pretty good. This is probably the most butchered Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass level, though. Considering they just forgot about sunsets. They just said, whatever, we don't need up there. Whatever. Yeah, I would say it's a great course. In fact, I'd go so far as to put it there, actually. Yeah. Snowland. Really like the 8 version of this. Music is pretty good. The layout is alright for GBA. I'll put it just above Sunset Wilds. Ribbon Road. Really, really like the 8 version of this. The original, I kind of don't like that all that much, but because I feel so strongly about the 8 version and how it has that fucking Toy Story aesthetic going for it, I'd put it in great. Yeah. Yoshi Desert, a little forgettable because it's another desert track, but I do remember this one for having really, really sick music. We're gonna put it in average. Between the two Bowser Castles. No, above Moo Moo Farms. It's better than Peach Circuit. There. That's where it goes. Okay. Bowser Castle 3. This one came back in Mario Kart Wii. Put it, yeah. Maybe there. Yeah. All the GBA Bowser Castles kind of rank around the same for me. 4 is neat, though. I'm gonna just go ahead and rank this one now and say this is the best of them because I just like the design of, like, the engine core thing that's in the background. I don't know. Lakeside Park. This is Riverside Park, but with a volcano. Different layout. It doesn't have a remake, so I don't think I can rank it nearly as high, but I will put it in great. At the top of great. Yeah. Broken Pier. Oh, this is another... I forgot that this one exists. Yeah. It's another, like, Ghost Valley-esque course. I just don't remember it all that well. Let me get a map of Broken Pier real quick. Yeah. This is a funny image. Save image. This is the course icon for the game, for this level. Toad just getting a fucking migraine from booze. I like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother setting up the screen capture for this because it's just too annoying, but... yeah, there's like... I remember this one. It's got that jump in the middle that you can hit. Okay. Yeah, Broken Pier. I'll put it at the bottom of good. The bottommost of good. Our new good peasant. Okay, GBA Rainbow Road. Okay. This one's never come back. Phenomenal music. Love the Paper Mario aesthetic. I don't have any nostalgia for this course personally, but on the few times that I have played on this map, I did rather enjoy it. If this one ever gets a remake down the road, I feel like this would have a lot better of a chance of being, like, really, really great. But for now, the topmost of good. Our king of good tier to close out the GBA rankings. Alright. Now it's time for GameCube Double Dash. Holy shit, there's so many of these. How long have I been streaming? I've already been streaming for an hour and I've just done the one tier list. I'm only halfway done, not even halfway done with it. This might be the only thing we're ranking today at this point. Alright, let's do Luigi Circuit. Love the music that we are now hearing. Oh wait, no, this is Mario Kart DS. Confused. Sorry. I'm brain dead. Please, forgive me! I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, yeah, this is the one with the whistles in the music. And where does it rank? I'm gonna put it above N64 Luigi Raceway, but not by much. My logic here is, on 50cc, you have a divider down the middle of the track that keeps players who have already gone around the bend from interacting with the ones going the opposite direction. But in 100 and higher classes, that divider is just straight up taken out. And you can have players throwing giant Bowser shells that are in last place while you're in first place, and they can fuck you up because you're just driving right by them. I like that a lot about this course. It sort of reminds me of Baby Park, but only in, like, the best possible way. And this course is more unique than Baby Park. Also, I think it has the A-rank mansion in the background from Luigi's Mansion, so that gives me a thumbs up. Peach Beach, look at those fucking cataquacks. Look at them. Those are some fucking boys. Look at them go. If I'm being totally honest, Peach Beach is not my favorite Double Dash track. It is very average. I would put it like somewhere like here maybe. The world version of the track is, however, much more desirable in my eyes. It's still not much better. If we're including world's version of it, it gets bumped to the top of average, but it doesn't go above average for me, personally. Baby Park. Okay. Dry Desert from GBA. This one, if we're considering the original version, it's probably in bad. But I do like the 8 version just slightly more, so we're gonna put it in eh. The new peasant of eh. Mushroom Bridge. This one is, I believe this is where the final boss of DS Mission Mode happens. Where you race against the giant Wiggler. On that note, DS kind of butchered this level a little bit because you can't actually go up the sides of the bridge. For whatever reason, they just won't let you do that, and that makes me angry. But, you know, I'd put this one in good. Yeah. I'd put it, yeah, like right there. This is the peak of Winter Olympics Sochi? Wait, this course specifically came back in Sochi Winter Olympics. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, it's an old Game Explain video. Ugh. Hang on. We have to witness this together. I've never seen this version of this track. Let's see this. Ready. Oh, look at those graphics. How did they turn this course into a snow track? This is a fucking... It's a city street. I have heard this remix before. I like this remix a lot, actually. Do you think whoever it was at Game Explain that was playing this was having fun? This looks so slow. I mean, yeah, that's the iconic bridge scene right there. And the Wiggler bus. I remember the Wiggler bus, yeah. Those don't usually appear on this track, though. Those are more of a Mushroom City thing. Great. And it doesn't even have, like, a warp pipe warping sound in it. Does that change my ranking? Where the fuck did I even put it? Where is it? Where the fuck did I think I put it in good. Oh, here it is. Does that change my ranking of it? Yeah, it's now in bad. It's in a Sonic game. No, I'm joking. No, I don't really think it does. Okay. Back to the music. Alright, Mario Circuit. I do, you know what? I do love that remix, you're right. The remix is, I have no notes, 10 out of 10. Phenomenal remix. Mario Circuit Double Dash. This follows the tradition of Mario Circuits in that it is bad. bottom of above dry desert. Well, I like it more than the GBA Mario Circuit. I like it more than Mario Circuit 3. I like it more than Mario Circuit 1. Okay, I like it more than Royal Raceway. Hang on, it's climbing the ranks. I don't think I like it more than N64 Mario Raceway, but okay, right there. That's where it goes. Daisy Cruiser. This is the best place to go in Super Mario Eclipse. And for those who don't know, go fuck yourself. Other than that, yeah, Daisy Cruiser is a pretty great map. The best part about Double Dash, or just, like, when you have a Mario Kart course that's, like, a place that's fully realized, like the Daisy Cruiser, you gotta put it in Phenomenal. Like, even if you're not huge on the track layout, which is where I'm at, you gotta put it in Phenomenal just for the aesthetics alone, right? I don't feel like I've been putting enough in the Phenomenal tier. Like, this makes me feel like I don't like these tracks very much, when that's not necessarily true. So yeah, we need to be a little bit more positive. We need more in the upper tiers anyways. Do I like it more than Riverside Park? I would say I do, yeah. For now, this is our king of Mario Kart. But I don't think it's gonna stay there forever. GCN Waluigi Stadium. This also kind of reuses the aesthetic of Wario Stadium from N64. But this one, I feel like, was just an infinitely better track from the get-go. And then, not only that, comes back in Mario Kart Wii, which is enhanced by the ramp system, like off the, like the half-pipe thing, where you can, like, go up a half-pipe and then come back down. We introduced that, and it was really great for this track. And then it came back again in Booster Course Pass, and then that mud just was, like, super fucking good looking. So I'd put this in great, actually. This is probably the best of, like, the BMX-styled tracks, I would put it. And I would put it above Calamari Desert. I'd put it, like, there. Yeah. This course has gaming's true biggest industry plant. True, because it's the giant plant. Yeah. You're right. Alright, Sherbert Land GameCube, which came back in Mario Kart 8. Love the remix of this course in Mario Kart 8 specifically. Also really like the remix of this course in the course itself, but is not in the game, but the music is remixed in Mario Kart World, and I really like that track as well. I'm gonna put this one in great. Bottom of great. Actually, top of good. Top of good, below Rainbow Road. No notes. Mushroom City. This one really fucking needs to come back. If this one got, like, HD treatment and, like, the city became more realized, like, Mushroom City was, like, prime. Like, this would have been actually interesting for free roam in Mario Kart World had they gone that route. Because I want to explore the city. I want to see what's going on in Mushroom City, you know? But alas, they hate me, so whatever, you're allowed to do that, I guess. I'll put it in great, where I was originally going to put Sherbert Land. Yoshi Circuit, shaped like a goddamn Yoshi. On the GameCube, aside from the fact that it's shaped like a Yoshi, it's actually a pretty, like, whatever track. It's enhanced a little bit on Mario Kart 8, I would argue, because I like adding, like, the town at the foot. But even still, I wouldn't say it's, like, that amazing for me. But I would put it in good. Alright? It's shaped like a goddamn Yoshi. How much do you need? I'll put it right there. DK Mountain. So, this track is kind of complicated. I think the best version of this track, aesthetically, and just, like, most realized, and, you know, I think it looks at its best in Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass. Of course it does, right? But part of what made this track good originally was how kind of slippery the controls of Mario Kart Double Dash and Wii both were, because this was also in Mario Kart Wii. Those games, especially Double Dash, kind of control badly. And for that reason, it makes that, like, the hairpin turn around the giant bottomless pit towards the end of the map actually a rather difficult turn. In later versions of the track, it becomes a lot easier to survive because the game just actually controls good. So, this is a weird example of a course actually being enhanced by the tighter, or well, rather, the slipperier controls of the older games, and the tighter controls of the new games, making it a little easy, even though the actual layout of the track isn't really changed at all in that version. So, I'm gonna put it below the Bowser Castles, above Mushroom Bridge in this ranking right here. Yeah. It has that shortcut on GameCube. Well, yeah, where you can cut across the holes too. Yeah, I like that one. Wario Coliseum. Why did they not bring this back for Mario Kart 8? Like, it is the most makes sense. Oh, that was for Yoshi's Circuit? Wait, what's shortcut on Mario... Oh, you're talking about... Oh, you're talking about the part where you, like, jump off and you can go through his nose. Yeah, I forgot about that in Yoshi's Circuit. I'm gonna bump it up above Sky Garden because I forgot about that. Fuck yeah. Wario Coliseum. Sorry, as I was saying... This bitch should have came back in Mario Kart 8. Would have been perfect for the anti-gravity thing. Just imagine going around the edge, like the walls of the cage itself. That would have been so fucking awesome. Unfortunately, it's never come back. It's only in Mario Kart Double Dash, unless it came back in Tour, but I think it's just Double Dash. It just didn't get it. I would put this one in great, actually. Actually, this might be a nostalgia-filled choice, but I would put it in phenomenal. If it had the ability to be remade... no, it's great. If this had the ability to be remade, it would be in phenomenal for sure. I mean, it has the ability to. If it had the willingness from Nintendo, is what I mean. I'm gonna put it at the top of great. It's probably gonna be our king of great, I have to imagine. Dino Jungle. I might get some shit for this, but I kind of find this course to be a little generic. And then, Dino Jungle on Mario Kart World, I actually like better than this version. This is like the 7 in the GameCube version. 7 added like a glider segment, which was okay, but what I really like about it in Mario Kart World is introducing the different dinosaurs. It's not just the one that just kind of like haphazardly just kind of stomps around. And I mean, there were like Aerodactyls and shit that would fly around, but the GameCube and 7 version of this track is just kind of whatever for me. I don't really like it very much. I would put it in average, but I liked the world version so much that I would put it like maybe here. Yeah, I think that's fair. GameCube Bowser Castle. I actually think this is the single weakest Bowser's Castle. I love Double Dash to death and back. This one just kind of does nothing for me. This is probably the only Bowser Castle that's gonna end up in tier, if you ask me. I would rather play the Super Nintendo ones over this one. Yeah, I would. And I'm gonna put it... yeah, I would rather... I'd rather race on Mario Raceway. I wouldn't rather race on Mario Circuit, though, from Double Dash. So, yeah, that's where that's gonna go. And last but not least, GBA Rainbow Road. It's called a road. It's called a Rainbow Road, and it's the road that you go when you die. For that reason, I'm very inclined to put this one in good because of that that YouTube video. The course layout for Rainbow Road GBA is another instant, sorry, for GameCube, is another instance of, I have a lot of nostalgia for it, but I actually kind of don't like the layout of it. I don't know, it's pretty boring. Sorry, I'm gonna put it in average. It's a very average Rainbow Road. Where did the SNES one end up? Okay, it's down there. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna rank it above the SNES one, even though I think... Yeah. Okay, no. I'm getting in my head a little bit. We're gonna put it... would I rather race on Peach Beach or Rainbow Road? Actually, Peach Beach, I think. Right there. I think that's where it goes. Sorry. I love Double Dash. I really do, but that's the best I can do for its Rainbow Road. I'm sorry. Figure 8 circuit. This is the best in the fucking business, bro. Oh my god, have you ever heard of the number 8? Holy shit! That is the average of average all-time average. It goes right there. Actually, no, like right there. Literally center of average. It is neither good nor bad. It is as average as an average course gets. By Mario Kart standards, that should lower it, though. Thinking on it, because of how, like, generic it is, right? It has, like, that new Super Mario Bros. Aesthetic going for it in the background. You could loosely argue that the Mario Kart course in Smash Brothers is based on Figure 8 circuit, but it's not. Like, the layout of the course in Smash Brothers isn't even this track. It's wholly original. That's how boring Figure 8 circuit is. So, actually, I'm gonna have to put it in eh. Only because I do really like this course, for the nostalgia again, but it's just a Figure 8, and it doesn't do anything interesting. There's another Figure 8 track that comes later that I would argue is where I was originally going to put this. Because that one's actually at least unique and feels like Mario. This just feels like fucking Daytona 500. Yoshi Falls. I know a lot of people are actually pretty down on this track. Actually. It came back in Wii, in which I remember doing this course a lot in time trials for some reason. I don't remember if it was because I was bad at it or I just really liked this course back then, but I did a lot of time trials on this course. Yeah, this is average. I would put it... put it above Moo Moo Farm. Yeah, like right there. Yeah. Actually, no, I'd rather play on Yoshi Falls over Peach Circuit. You know what? Right there. Right next to Yoshi Desert. Sure. Cheap Beach. Love the 8 version of this track. It's not like great. It's good. Yeah. Actually, this is what the good category was made for. This is the definition of, yeah, that's good. Yeah. Right there. Would I put, okay, actually, yeah, would I put it above or below the N64 Koopa Troopa Beach? Below. Yeah, below. Right there. Luigi's Mansion. Right there. New top of phenomenal right there. Love this track. To death and back. It's not going to stay there for long. Mario Kart DS has a lot of tracks that are going to enter the phenomenal trader. I'm just giving you the forewarning. Lots of greats and phenomenals in this one. Desert Hills, however, not one of those. Bad. Especially if you consider Mario Kart World. Hate that version. Even though, look, I love that they referenced the fucking Tiki guys from Barabuda Kingdom or whatever the hell from Mario Land. That's awesome. Great job. This course was at its best on the DS and only got worse each time it was remade. Yeah, just DS Desert Hills is probably the most boring. Well, I would argue that Dry Desert from Double Dash is more generic and boring. I like the Tornado in the original version of the GameCube version, but in the Oasis is kind of neat on the 8 version, but for the DS one, it does have that Mario 3 aesthetic with the angry sun spitting the fireballs at you. But beyond that, it is desert and hills. They fucking nailed it with the naming on this one, because that's all that course is. I'm sorry. I would actually rather play on Vanilla Lakes. Yeah. Yeah, I think right there. Yeah. Okay. Delfino Square. This is a great for me. It's not the top of the tiers by any means, but I like the Sunshine aesthetic, of course. It's not really remaking anything from Sunshine. It's just like a Pianta Village, I guess. But beyond that, it's a great course. I'll put it above Ribbon Road, right there. DS Waluigi Pinball. This is going in Phenomenal, but it's not the top of Phenomenal. I am starting... I mentioned this in the last Mario Tennis stream. I am becoming a little concerned that Waluigi Pinball is all Waluigi is at this point. I like that they started to, like, bring this course outside of Mario Kart. Because, again, it's in tennis. It's in fucking Mario Party as Waluigi's Jamboree Buddy game. And you just play pinball. I think that's awesome. I like that we're going with the pinball aesthetic, that he's, like, we're learning about Waluigi, and he's a business owner. He owns Pinball Station, or whatever the fuck. But, you know, we gotta give credit to where it all started right here. Waluigi Pinball is, even though I'd say it's maybe a little overrated these days, I would say the idea of making a racetrack on a pinball table and you are the pinball is a brilliant idea, and I gotta give credit to where credit's due. I'm gonna put it below Riverside Park, so it's right there in the Phenomenal tier. But I do really, really like this track. The 8 version isn't really better, but it looks nicer, I guess. It's not necessarily butchered, though, either, I would argue. It's just like, it's there, I guess. I'd say, yeah, right there is where it goes. Shroom Ridge. Okay, you want to talk about generic courses that probably should be in the I can't remember this one tier? Well, it came back in Booster Course Pass. It has really good music. Is that okay? Are we okay with this one? This one's for me, okay? Shroom Ridge. I actually really like this track. It reminds me of driving, like, through, like, Kentucky. Or, yeah, just, like, through those southern states. Tennessee is what I meant to say. It reminds me of driving through Tennessee, like, in the mountains down there. Yeah, Shroom Ridge. I mean, it's not really Mario themed, which was a negative for Figure 8 Circuit, but I don't know, there's just something that's fun about this track, and I like the music a lot. Sorry, I'm putting it... you know what? I'll throw you a bone. I'll put it below Waluigi Pinball. But I actually really, really love Shroom Ridge. Sorry, I do. DK Pass. I've never been a fan of this track, and was really confused when this came back again. They, with the Mario Kart World selection of retro tracks, they really fucking picked the 2 worst DS tracks, didn't they? Why'd they do that? I will say, at least for DK Bass's credit, I don't know what it is in particular, but I do actually like it a bit more in Mario Kart World. Not by a lot, but I do. I would put it right there. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate for me. This came back in 7, where they added a glider segment. And then, yeah, I remember I spent a lot of time here in free roam in Mario Kart World. There's a few fun challenges around DK Pass. And I guess it's just like the ski resort aesthetic that they do with it in Mario Kart World that I really like. But, yeah, there we go. Average. It's fine. DS Tick-Tock Clock. This is where you go when you want to post 7-second reel content, I believe. Will be just a tick, though. A clock tick, if you will. Yeah, so DS Tick-Tock Clock, obviously styled after Mario 64's level that everyone fucking hates. Me included, me especially. The original version of it is just kind of like good. But then when 8 came out, this was, I think, the like biggest glow up of Mario Kart 8's retro tracks. I genuinely think this course looks stunning in Mario Kart 8. I still don't love, like, it's not a phenomenal tier for me, but it is great, I would argue. I would put it above N64 Rainbow Road. Would I put it above Lakeside Park? You know what? Yeah, I'd put it there. Below Wario Coliseum, towards the top of Great, but mostly ranking that based on its 8 appearance. But, I mean, you could also make the argument that with the way it looks on DS, like on original DS hardware, it just straight up looks like it was asset lifted straight out of Mario 64 DS, which is kind of neat. I like that, actually. Mario Circuit DS is probably the best Mario Circuit, other than the Mario Kart 8 one, but it's still not that high ranking. Yeah, where is the highest currently ranked Mario Circuit? It'd be Mario Raceway, I guess. I would put this above Luigi Circuit. Yeah. Top most of average is best I can do for it. I do like the Mario Kart 8 version with the Sleeping Wiggler that just does nothing on lap 3, but it's just kind of like, oh my god, there he is! The big boy, he's awake! And I feel so happy for him to be awake, but he got a good night's rest. Okay, Airship Fortress. Do I need to say anything else, or can we just put this at the very top of the tier list and just kind of be like, well, yeah, of course. It's Airship Fortress. And I feel like the world version of it didn't really botch anything for it. Yeah, I like it a lot. Wario Stadium DS. I would put this right here, an average, maybe above the original. If we're talking purely the DS original. The Mario Kart 8 version, however, is a big improvement. So, bottom of good. That's the best I could do. Peach Gardens, Froze's least favorite map of all time. It's okay if you don't like Peach Gardens. I do. And it's gonna stay that way, yeah. I do like it. I think the 8 version where you take the 3rd lap going backwards is kind of neat, but it is fairly generic, all things considered. It's nice having just like I don't know, it does feel like a Peach course. A lot of Peach courses and Mario circuits are very indistinguishable from each other and don't really feel like Peach courses. It's like a lot of Mario circuits have Peach's castle on them, right? this does feel like, yeah, you know, Peach would have a garden this massive in her backyard or whatever, or like it's like some kind of side manor or something. I don't know what. But I'm gonna put it below Wario Stadium at the very bottom of good. And that is where it's going to stay. I guess I like the glider segment in the 8 version as well, but that's where that can go. DS Bowser Castle. Bowser from his castle. This is N64 Bowser Castle, but like good, if you ask me. It is not the best Bowser Castle, but as of what I've ranked right now, it is the best ranked Bowser Castle. Goes right there, towards the top of good. DS Rainbow Road. This is another one that could have seen a Mario Kart 8 touch-up because of the anti-grav. Like, this course has anti-grav on DS. Sort of. Like, if you get hit while you're in the anti-grav segment, you fall off the track instantly, which is kind of lame. Like, if you get hit by a red shell, you're just fucked. You have to do the whole loop again. For that, I don't really love this track, but I do like the music a lot. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this right there. Middle of good. That's where it goes for me. Now, we are on to Mario Kart Wii music. Well, we've been listening to the music, but the courses too. And we're gonna start with Luigi Circuit. You know what I really like? I really like in Mario Kart Wii when you select a Mii. Whoa, what's happening? What the fuck is happening? Okay. Sorry, my computer was glitching the fuck out. I like in Mario Kart Wii. Where did that course go? Oh god, oh here it is. When you select a Mii racer, how anytime there's like an instance of like a statue of Luigi or a poster with Peach's face on it, the face of said Mario character will get replaced by random Miis in your Mii library. So oftentimes I would download a shit ton of Miis from the Check Me Out channel on Wii. And then I would race as them and be like, look, I'm racing as Midna! And it would be so fun for me. But also it was just fun to race on Luigi's Circuit. And then it's just like, yep, that's Steve Harvey on Luigi's giant statue of himself. So for that, I'm gonna put this course fairly high, but not too crazy high here. This is probably the best starter course in the series for me. Well, actually no, Mario Kart 8 is probably good enough to go into good. I would put it topmost of average. I think that's gonna be our lock-in topmost of average. Wii Moo Moo Meadows. Also, hi Tony, how you doing, bud? Wii Moo Moo Meadows. I am sick of seeing this course, but I gotta give credit where credit's due. Cows? It goes right next to Moo Moo Farms for me, if I'm being totally honest. I don't think it's better by much, but only slightly so. I would say it's better than Moo Moo Farm. Moo Moo Farm on a aesthetic choice, or like, I guess, like I would rather race on Moo Moo Farm in Mario Kart World, because it's not in Mario Kart World, but like, I would rather they have picked that one over Meadows, because Meadows has already come back. And Mario Kart 8, which I can already play on my Switch and Switch 2. But that said, I would say Meadows is just a slightly better track, so fine, whatever. Just leave it, okay? Mushroom Gorge. Yeah, this one... Mushroom Gorge. Mushroom! I would put this one in great. I don't feel super strongly about it, but I do really like this course. Yeah, right there. I'll put it there. Wii Toad's Factory. This is a phenomenal one for me. I don't feel like World really did anything to either boost or subtract from this course, other than the fact that it's in Mario Kart World, right? Which is a negative, some people might add. But I would say Toad's Factory is pretty good. I would put it... Where's Dino Jungle? You're gonna kill me, Tony. I think I put it in good. Right? Where is it? Oh yeah, it's right here. Dino Jungle's here, DK Mountain is there. Dino Jungle, I only put this high. I would actually put Dino Jungle lower if it wasn't for the Mario Kart World version. But yeah, I put them in good. I wouldn't put them in great or anything. What was I ranking? Something. Oh, Toad's Factory? Yeah, Toad's Factory. Yeah, I'd say it's phenomenal. Maybe... Okay, you know what? Bottom of phenomenal. Because... right above Shroom Ridge. Yeah, right there, I'd say. Merry Mountain? We'll get there, we'll get there. We're just going in order here, so... Merry Mountain is still a while away. Is that considered a tour track? Where is it, anyways? Oh, let's see it on here. All these two... Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, it's a while away. Alright, Mario Circuit, we... Right there. Don't care. Don't care. L plus ratio. Coconut Mall. Alright. So this is like... I'd argue this is probably the fan favorite Mario Kart Wii track. This is once again one of those instances of... Wait, what happened here? Literally the best ever. That category got renamed somehow. So here's the thing. Aesthetically, I do have to give credit to Coconut Mall because, like, it is just a unique idea to just drive through a mall. You have that shortcut that goes through one of the stores. You've got the lobby area. You've got the parking lot where you could get run over, which is very real. That happens often in mall parking lots. And the one thing it doesn't have going for it is it's not like an active PvP zone. Like, you don't see people brawling each other there, which they really should be. There's also no Hot Topic here, so for that, it falls down to great. For me, I don't love this track as much as many people do, but I do recognize that it is aesthetically and just like on paper, it is a well-designed track and just a unique idea overall. And I like when, like, I also like the mall aesthetic in Mario Party Jamboree. So when they do mall-themed video games, it's usually pretty cool. I just, you know, not my personal favorite. Yeah, where's the 2 to 3 pretzel? Chat, my local mall has 2 Auntie Anne's in the same hallway. Like, my mall is fairly expansive, right? In my local area. 2 of them in the same hallway. We're talking maybe 9 stores total in between them. Like, I don't know why, but they that's what they decided to do, and they are considered different Auntie Anne's. Like, my girlfriend previously worked at one of them and said that, like, the store manager of one of the Auntie Anne's is like a completely different, like, they are owned separately and are still fully in business with each other. Sometimes they help each other out, but, like, I don't know why there are 2 Auntie Anne's in there, but okay. Whatever you say. I mean, I'll get some more pretzels, sure, whatever. If one's busy, go to the other one, I guess. We DK Summit. Yeah, so DK Summit I like better than DK Pass. I think this one did the ski resort thing first before World put that into DK Pass. And so for that reason, I think this is a great track, but not too highly ranked. I'd say it's the bottom of great for me. Again, when it comes to Mario Kart Wii, I really like the half-pipe stuff and the trick system in general. And DK Summit is like a showcase track for doing tricks, like off the walls and stuff. So this is a great course to showcase that system, and for that, I'll put it in great. Aesthetically, it's nothing too special, but like it also makes me go like, what the fuck does this have to do with DK? But I like the course, so. Wario's Gold Mine. Hey, we're listening to the music for this right now. Especially when you consider the 8 version, this is a phenomenal track for me. I really love this track. Not the top of phenomenal, but it's up there. I would put it right there. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's how I feel about it. It's a pretty difficult course in Mario Kart Wii for the end of Flower Cup. Like, I remember as a kid struggling with this course quite a bit. And, yeah, in 8's original DLC, this course came back. And, they kind of inversed what you're supposed to do with the minecarts, whereas on Wii, you're supposed to avoid them. And on 8, you're supposed to hit them because they give you the anti-grav boost. So, it was an interesting idea to kind of flip that on its head, and I like that a lot. Which version do I like more? Probably 8, just because it looks better, but I like when I do rarely go back to Mario Kart Wii, how I have to remind myself, hey, stay away from the minecarts this time. You know, it's a slight change-up that I like a lot, actually. Daisy Circuit, once again, we're listening to that music now. This is... it's good. It's good. I like that it's like Sarasa Land. I don't know what's up with the Luigi and Daisy statues, if they're not actually a thing. But, okay. Also like the port side aesthetic of this, I don't know. Reminds me of like Italy, even though this is like Sarasa Land, which I guess is supposed to be more like Egypt. Whatever. We'll put it in good. Right there. Yeah, I feel like that's fine. Wii Koopa Cape. So this is my friend Caleb's favorite track, I think, of all time. I don't feel that strongly about it by any stretch of the definition. I think it was at its best on 7. I don't know, something about it on 8 just isn't quite there for me. And then on Wii, you know, you have the underwater segment where you're actually not underwater, you're in a glass tube. I think when it came to 7, like, that one was like a no-brainer for after they introduced the underwater segments. I just don't feel too strongly about it one way or another. I'm gonna put it in good, actually. I'm gonna put it in good, right. Yeah, I'm gonna put it above Broken Pier. Right there. A second. My eye is bothering me again. I don't know what I did to my eye, but every now and then my left eye has been acting really strange lately. Just out of nowhere, it'll just feel like there's something in it. I'm good now. Just random eye attack. Bam! Hit with eye attack! That's what you get for talking shit about Koopa Gabe! Alright, Maple Treeway. I really like this course. I also like how it gets remixed in Paper Mario the Origami King in that one little, like, tea shop. I think that's nice. I'm gonna put it right there. Towards the top of great. Maple Treeway is awesome. Just cool fall aesthetic vibes. This came back in 8's Booster Course Pass, if I'm not mistaken, and it looked pretty good there. That's another course that I remember doing a lot of time trials on. I think I was just bad at time trials in Mario Kart Wii. Grumble Volcano. I would argue this is a better Bowser Castle than Bowser Castle is in Mario Kart Wii. Even though I still am not huge on it in that regard. I'm gonna put it just above DS Bowser Castle, I think. Because I do like how the course falls apart as you go, even though, you know, I'm kind of, like, over the new Super Mario Bros. Lava level aesthetic. But, I mean, this is the first time I think we've had, like, a lava level, as long as I'm not mistaken. A lava level that's not explicitly Bowser-themed. I think according to Time Trial, this is Bowser, Dry Bowser's map, but, you know, whatever. Dry Ruins. Oh, that's the wrong course. Dry Ruins. Yeah, so this one... This one's a pretty good desert track. I remember really liking the interior desert segments. The inside of the ruins, rather. I'm surprised this one never came back except for Tour. Yeah, it's good. I'd put it above Koopa Cape. Yeah, right there. Moonview Highway. I like the 8 version of this. The traffic is neat. I like the aesthetic. This is a cool special cup track for me. The one right before Bowser Castle, if I'm not mistaken. It goes in... This is a... To me, this is a cooler, more realized Toad... what was it? The Toad Turnpike from Mario Kart 64. Because you have, like, the out-of-city areas, then you go through the toll booths, and then after you're in the city highway sections, then you have a shit ton of boost pads everywhere. And it does feel like you've entered highway territory at that point. So yeah, I'd put this in great. Right there above Calamari Desert, for me. Bowser Castle. I mean, it's not bad. I like the music, but... I'd put it... Yeah, I'd put it, like, there, maybe. Rainbow Road. Okay, so 7's Rainbow Road is obviously the best out of all of them, but I do think this is the second best Rainbow Road. And the reason I feel that way is not because of Mario Kart Wii bias, but rather, I just think that this Rainbow Road's challenge is, like, at its absolute peak. This is a genuinely challenging Rainbow Road that I've told this story a few times, but, like, when I was playing this course as a kid, I went, like, the first, like, 2 or maybe 3 years of playing Rainbow Road on Wii, never being able to do that one hairpin turn right before the star launcher. Like, I would always, every single time, fall off on that track because I was just bad at the game. And then, during a Mario Kart Wii tournament in 6th grade, was the first time I managed to take that turn and not fall off on all 3 laps. And boy howdy, that was the best feeling ever because it was during a tournament, and I won that tournament because of that. So, but all things considered, I do think this is actually a rather challenging Rainbow Road, which is what I want to see out of a Rainbow Road. I like the galaxy aesthetic. I like that when you fall to it, even in the Switch version, how it has that meteor effect as you fall to the earth. Yeah, I think this is a phenomenal track for me. It's not the better Rainbow Road. I'm just gonna admit to you, that's gonna go to Mario Kart 7. But I'm gonna put it right there. In phenomenal. Actually, how do I feel about it compared to Wario's Gold Mine? Because they actually both are pretty challenging tracks. And I kind of like that about both of them. I think I like it a little bit more than Wario's Gold Mine. I don't think I like it more than Daisy Cruiser. So, yeah. That perfect. 3DS Toad Circuit! Oh my god, it's Toad Circuit! It goes into tier. Absolutely tier. Okay, whatever. Probably... Yeah, like right there. Right below Figure 8 Circuit. 3DS Daisy Hills. I am half tempted to put this one and don't remember even though I do. This one's pretty forgettable for me. Would I call it It's not worse than Toad Circuit. And if I'm putting Toad Circuit at the top of then yeah, I guess it would be towards the bottom of average. Yeah. We'll put it, I guess I'll put it above Wee Moo Moo Meadows. Yeah, that feels about right. Cheap Cheap Lagoon? This one's definitely an This one is a very boring layout. It's mostly just there to be like, hey, we have underwater driving now. And then they don't really do anything with it. So, yeah. Bottom of yeah. Borderline bad. I would say maybe not bad because I don't hate it. It's just boring. Shy Guy Bazaar. Now this is a good one, especially if we're talking Mario Kart World. I like all the different tricks you can do with this course in Mario Kart World. I would say this is phenomenal if we're talking about Mario Kart World. Great if we're just talking about 7. I would put it right there. Right below Airship Fortress. Well, vertically below. Quite a bit below in actual ranking. 3DS Mario Circuit. I remember seeing... I had like Game Informer as a kid. And before Mario Kart 7 came out, I remember reading it a lot and seeing the screenshots of this course and seeing the cherry blossoms and being like, oh boy, I really can't wait for it! And then this track comes out and I'm like... Well, you go through Peach's castle and you drive around and then you spit out the backside. It's whatever. It's a better, like, Mario Circuit, but it's not the best one. Where did I put DS? It's below DS Mario Circuit for sure. I don't remember where I put DS Mario Circuit. Well, there's the Wii one. Well, I guess I'll just put it at the bottom of average. It's below DK Pass. It's in average. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, then yeah, this feels right. Below DK Pass, but above the Bowser Castle 1 and 2. Actually, no. Right there. That's where it goes. Above Wario Stadium. Between Ghost Valley 3 and Wario Stadium. Yeah. Woohoo Loop. Yeah, this one's a phenomenal one for me. I like Maka Woohoo more, so probably bottom of phenomenal. Actually, this one's only great. My reasoning is, You do get to see more of Woohoo Island with this particular track than you do on Maka Woohoo. I just think it's a little long, even though it's still just a one-lap track. This was actually our introduction to one-lap tracks, wasn't it? I think it was. Yeah, I'd say right there. That feels right to me. Just, it's good. It's great, even. It's the Wii Sports Resort Island, of course. That's really what carries it. If it wasn't that, if it was the exact same course without the Wii Sports Resort aesthetic, it'd probably fall under average for me. Just like on layout alone, it's nothing really all that interesting. But the aesthetic is what carries a lot of these tracks, and yeah, great is where it goes for me. 3DS Music Park. This one I remember a lot of people really, really loved. I, too, like it, but it's not my favorite from 7. I would put it just below Shy Guy Bazaar a little bit. Yeah, bottom of phenomenal for me. 3DS Rock Mountain. Music of this course is great. The course design, this is another one of those ones where I saw it in the Game Informer magazine, and I was really excited for it because it was showing the air gliding. And then I get to the course and I actually play it for myself, and I'm like, I don't really remember this one very much. It's not really that fun or memorable. I would put it in good. It's not bad. It's not average. It's good. It's better than average, but we'll put it, I think it's the bottom most of good. Our new peasant. 3DS Piranha Plant Slide. This is a great one. I'd put it, right there, I think. I don't even really have much logic for you on that one. I like the underground aesthetic. I like that it also kind of is a semi-reference to 3D Land. In general, it's good map. I like the 8 version more, but good map. 3DS Wario Shipyard. The 3DS version is a phenomenal track. The world version is only good, though. I feel like losing the underwater part loses a lot of this track's awesome appeal. I don't even like the underwater segments that much, all things considered. I don't like the way it makes you, like, control. But 3DS Wario Shipyard, in particular, love this track on actual 3DS. So for that, I'm gonna put it somewhere around the middle of great. Maybe just above Ribbon Road. Sure. 3DS Neo Bowser City. I know a lot of people hate this course. That's where it goes for me, though. I like the Blade Runner aesthetic. I'm sorry, the rain in the Neo City. I love this track a lot, especially in Mario Kart 8. I have, like, it's just like a core memory of driving on this track with Dry Bowser. Just like the way his shell glows on this course in particular. It's like the best visual aesthetic for me. I don't know what it is. Sorry. I love Neo Bowser City a lot. It's not my favorite. That's still going to Airship Fortress right now, but I like that track a lot. It's weird because it's not even a Bowser Castle, but it's a Bowser course. But yeah, that's where I'm going to put that one. Maka Woohoo from 3DS. This is the other Wii Sports Resort level where you actually climb up the volcano. You pass by the lake with the castle, and then you fly down to the beach at the end. What can I say? It's phenomenal. Absolute cinema. I think I like it more than the Shy Guy Bazaar. Do I like it more than Waluigi Pinball? Yes. Yes, I do. I'd say I like it more than Riverside Park. Do I like it more than Wii Rainbow Road? No. No, I don't. Do I like it more than Wario's Gold Mine? No. Okay, that's where it goes then. Okay. DK Jungle! Alright, it's a good thing I'm playing Returns HD now. I thought that this course was a fun pick initially to reference Returns. Then Mario Kart 8 came out, and I'm like, okay, well, Returns is old news at this point. I don't really like Returns that much, was what I was saying when 8 came out. And now I'm currently playing Returns. That's one of the streams in my rotation. And I'm realizing I actually really do like Returns a lot. And remembering that this course is like specifically DK Returns theme is making me like it more than where I would have placed this 3 weeks ago had I not started that Return stream. I'd say this is probably the best DK themed course. Because also, excluding however you may feel about DK Returns, this is like the only DK course other than maybe DK Jungle from N64, but I don't like that. Sorry, DK's Jungle Parkway. This is the only DK course that like explicitly is jungle themed and feels like a Donkey Kong Country reference, because it is. So for that and that alone, it goes into great. Borderline phenomenal. I'm gonna put it actually, yeah, right there. I can't let anything be above Wario Coliseum in the great category. If it's above Wario Coliseum, then it's in phenomenal. That's my rule right now. So yeah, is it, hang on, is it better than Woohoo Loop though? No, it's not. And I would even say it's not better than Maple Treeway. So right there, I think, yeah. Yeah. Rosalina's Ice World. What the fuck? These motherfuckers were like, let's invent the coolest character in Mario Kart Wii, right? And then Disney was like, let's invent Frozen. And then Nintendo's like, wait a minute, you're onto something there. And then they made Rosalina's Ice World. What? Yeah, let's meet in the middle and call it average. I don't love this course. I would probably call this one an eh. I really don't like this course, but I know some people do. I appreciate that it's a loose Galaxy reference, but it is very loose. Like, the Comet Observatory is there, and you have some of the domes, and you can see Gateway Galaxy in the sky, on the 7 version at least. Beyond that, it is hardly Rosalina themed. I'm gonna say this is probably my least favorite track from 7. Actually, I do like it more than Cheep Cheep Lagoon. Cheep Cheep Lagoon is just straight up boring. This is a fun track to play, I think. For me anyways. I'm gonna put it right there. Rainbow Road is more Rosalina themed. Yeah, but I mean, you could argue that with any Rainbow Road just because of the space aesthetic, right? But between Rosalina's Ice World or Rainbow Road, which one feels more like a Rosalina course? Yeah, it's gonna be Rainbow Road. This just doesn't feel like it, you know. 3DS Bowser Castle. So this is an interesting one for me, because 3DS Bowser Castle is one that I really struggled to remember for the longest time, and then I did a restream of Mario Kart 7, and I reminded myself of this course. And I actually really like this one. It's not my favorite. I would say it's good. Yeah, is it better than the DS one? Yes. Yes. I think so, yes. I think this one will go into great for me. So, you either really like this course or you really don't. I've come to find. Some people rank this course as like the worst Bowser Castle. I don't, personally. I remember really liking going back to it. Just the underwater segment was fun. I like the spinning wooden wheel segment, and then the outdoor segment is also pretty good. Yeah, I would say it's bottom-ish of great, but maybe between Mushroom Gorge and Cheeseland. Yeah. 3DS Rainbow Road. Sorry, I don't make the rules, I just play by them. Top track now. I mean, it was good enough to make it as a Smash Bros. 3DS level. Come on. Come on. I mean, I guess I could make that argument for the Mario Kart 8 track too, right? Because that's in Smash 4, but I don't feel nearly as strong as about that. But this is... If it wasn't for 3DS Rainbow Road, I probably would be in the camp that just, like, wholesale doesn't like the one-lap tracks. But 3DS Rainbow Road sells it to me. It is pretty long, and each lap feels unique. I like part 1, where it's, you know, just, like, general Rainbow Road aesthetic. You have the part where you're going around the planet, and then you have that one random mushroom that you're jumping off of for some reason. And then part 2, you're going around the rings of Saturn, all the way to falling down to the moon. And then part 3 is when you're climbing up the big spiral tube, and then you go in that air gliding segment right around the big final curve that if you were playing on original Mario Kart 7 hardware, you'd do that shortcut where you just like cut that corner like insanely early and just fall down and save yourself like 3 seconds or so. That's just fun for me. I love that so much. But yeah, Mario Kart Stadium is, I think, actually the single best starter course. I know I've said that a few times, like, so far, this is the best one. Wholesale across the series, I think Mario Kart Stadium is the best. Like, just, this is an exciting course to play for me. Not one that I really like to pick, but, like, for a first course, yeah, I would say this is good. I would even go so far as to say it's better than the GBA Bowser Castles? No, but just below them. Yeah, that's where I'm putting that. Wii U Water Park. Alright. This one, for some reason, has a Wario aesthetic. Because Water Park, I guess. Fine. Yeah, fine. But no, average. Average. Sweet Sweet Canyon. Anyone here a fan of Wreck-It Ralph? Well, here's Sweet Sweet Canyon, and it's going right to there. Actually, no. Wait. No, this one's pretty good, actually. Actually, yeah, this one's great. Yeah, right there. Thwomp Ruins. I like this course quite a bit. I put this one in great. I think I like it a little less than Sweet Sweet Canyon, so... yeah, right there. Just ever so slightly less. Wii U Mario Circuit. So this is the other figure 8 course. You could argue it's really more Mobius Strip, but whatever. It does appear as a Smash Bros. Level. Okay. The thing is with this track is you don't even realize you're upside down when you're upside down. I mean, that's just kind of how Mario Kart 8's anti-grav in general works, but the coolest part about this track is the fact that it's a Mobius strip, but you really, unless you're watching your replay data, you have no idea that you're upside down. So it just kind of feels like another figure 8 in a lot of ways. But I'm gonna put it above the other figure 8 circuit, and put it right about there. Yeah. It's above Mario Circuit 2. Above Peach Circuit, Luigi Circuit, Yoshi Falls. Okay. Hang on, it's climbing. Yeah, it's like right there. Pretty average. Toad Harbor. I like this map. This one's good. I don't have a lot of notes on it. It's just good. Right there. Sure. San Francisco. I enjoy. Twisted Mansion. I often forget about this course even existing. It is a pretty good haunted level, but it's kind of funny that in all of Mario Kart 8, there is not one single level, even when you include the booster course pass. Not one level was Luigi themed. Not even one! This could arguably be Luigi because it's a mansion, but no, it's just haunted level. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in good. It is a good level. It's not my favorite haunted level. It is... yeah, it's only slightly better than Broken Pier for me. Shy Guy Falls. This one is, I think, the Wii U's first phenomenal track. This one I do realize when I'm anti-grav, like, I feel like I'm going up that waterfall and then going back down it. Like, I can tell with this one. And for that, I'm gonna put it just below Shy Guy Bazaar. Weird that they're right next to each other, but I think that's how I feel about them. Sunshine Airport. This is another really great one. I'd put this one right there, above TikTok Clock, below Piranha Plant Slide. Yeah. Wii U Dolphin Shoals. For the longest time, I didn't like this course. Now I'm a little bit more warm to it, but I like this one. You know what? I'm gonna put it in great, but pretty close to the bottom of great for me. I love the saxophone. I love the Unagi segment. This is the most floaty that the underwater controls, or like taking advantage of the floaty underwater controls, leads to the best results in this course in particular. Like, it benefits the most from it. So, it's probably... This is what Cheap Lagoon should have been on Mario Kart 7, right? Like, to showcase what underwater controls should be. I feel that. Let's put it... Let's put it right there, how about we? Between Moonview Highway and Calamari Desert. Wii U Electrodome, excuse me. So I used to really love this. This used to be my favorite Wii U track. And then I kind of got sick of it because I played it so much, because I kept selecting it. So I think it's fallen out of favor for me, but I'm still gonna put it in Phenomenal as the bottom of Phenomenal for me. There are other Wii U tracks that I think I like more now. Mount Wario is one of them, actually. Yeah. I love this track. This is what... I feel like Mount Wario is what inspired some of the, like... Some of the areas of, like, the connector courses in Mario Kart World. In the Rosalina area and the DK Pass area. I feel like they are very aesthetically Mount Wario. I hated that this course changes the submarine carts turning. Wait, which one? The Unagi level? The Dolphin Shoals? Yeah. But yeah, yeah, I would say I like Mount Wario quite a bit. Do I like it more than Wario's Gold Mine? No. Do I like it more than Shy Guy Falls? Also, no. We like it more than Shroom Ridge. Yes. I think right there. Yeah. Okay. Cloud Top Cruise. I like the music here a lot. The level itself, I like the airship segment and I like the Thunderhead that you go into. Yeah, I'd say this wasn't as a great one. Not a personal favorite. I would put it maybe like there. I remember when every other pick was this one online. Yeah, I played this course a lot online, which does make me a little sick of it still. But, like, if I'm being honest with how the course itself is, I do really like the, I like the airship segment, I like the Thunderhead segment. I like how when you come out of the Thunderhead, how you, like, land on a giant question mark block, and then the remainder of the course up until the airship is, like, the vine from that question mark block. I think that's neat. I think this is a better question mark course than the other question mark course. So we'll put it that way. And that I would still argue is a very well done course. So actually I'm going to give this a little bit of a boost because of thinking about that. And I'm going to put it right there below Maple Tree Way. Yeah. Wii U Dry Bone Dunes, or Bone Dry Dunes, excuse me. So, in 1.0, Mario Kart 8, we're talking the Wii U version, not 8 Deluxe or anything. This course was kind of cool for me. Hear me out. Because there was a giant dry Bowser skull. Listen, I'm a simple man. I got dry Bowser. I see this motherfucker and I get overjoyed. Alright? I love him. Now, that said, the course itself is not really that interesting. I don't think. I do like the time of day. I think lighting wise, this is great. This is probably my favorite desert track, if I'm being totally honest with you. I know if you watch like the Schaeferla's Mario Kart rankings, that dude's gonna put every desert course in D tier. He just hates desert tracks. If it's a desert track, it's not good. There's no way to make it good. I don't agree with that. And I feel like a lot of people kind of tend to feel that way. I get it, especially when it comes to like something like Desert Hills. But Bone Dry Dunes, you know, it's got the ship that's on the sand river that throws you the coins. I like the bones aesthetic, the walking around dry bones and the giant dry Bowser. Yeah, it's for me this is a great map, and I will not accept the slander. I'm gonna go ahead and put it below Cheeseland, because I do like Cheeseland more, if you want to call that a desert track. But it's up there. For a desert track, I would say this is the best, actually, desert theme track for me. But I do not make the rules. I am just simply a player of the game, okay? And everybody loves a player. Wii U Bowser Castle. This is the best Bowser Castle. We'll revisit this conversation when it comes to Mario Kart World, because I have complex thoughts there. Initially, I felt that way. Now I'm not sure if I do, but we'll explore that when we get there. For now, Wii U Bowser Castle is a phenomenal track. I love this track so much. I love the giant Bowser. I love the anti-grav. Both at the beginning and towards the end of the track. The outdoor segment where you're dodging the boulders is fun for me. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put this one. It's not better than Neo Bowser City. Weirdly enough, still Neo Bowser City I think is the better Bowser course, but that course doesn't even feel Bowser themed to me, so I'm gonna put it there. Next up we have Wii U Rainbow Road. I wouldn't call this course bad. I know a lot of people hate this one. But it surely was that game's Rainbow Road. I actually think I'm going to put this below Cheep Cheep Lagoon. This is like riding the edge of bad. Very forgettable. I do like the satellite idea, like, but it gets done better in the next game, the satellite in space idea. So this one is just, like, I feel like the majority of the course takes place on that satellite, and you're not even there that long. You're there for like 4 seconds, 3 seconds. It's just okay. So now we're into the Wii U DLC, first wave, not talking about the Booster Course Pass. And that includes Excite Bike Arena, which is a very, very generic course. The only thing that this has going for it is the randomly generated course. Every time you play on it, it'll do a different layout every time. It's neat. It doesn't change that much of the course, though. This is just Baby Park, but, like, longer and less interesting. Let me actually move Baby Park to where I actually rank it, because earlier I was jokingly putting it there and then not saying anything. Baby Park's real ranking is, like, here, I think. Like there. That's where it actually ranks for me. Where did the Excite Bike course go? Where did I just drop it? Fuck. Because I do think they should be close to each other. I put it in good. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, I would say Excite Bike Arena is Baby Park, but slightly better because it's, like, longer. Excuse me. And it's fun for the tricks, too, I guess. But it's not by much that I would consider it better. Wii U Dragon Driftway. This is another phenomenal track. Another one where you can kind of tell that you're in anti-grav when you're paying attention to it. We'll put it right... yeah, like right there, I think. Wii U Mute City. This is a very high contender for me. This is above Neo Bowser City. Call it the F-Zero bias if you want. It's up there. It's F-Zero. It goes up to the top. I don't make the rules. Wii U Ice Ice Outpost was a course that when it first came out, I kind of disliked it. I thought it was very boring. And I still sort of feel that way, but what's cool about it is that this is the one track that I can't consistently get the shortcuts on. Like every other track, when I play it, like I feel like I'm pretty good at following the exact same lines every time I play. This track, those shortcuts are actually pretty tough to hit. I'm gonna put it in average because I still don't really like it. It's probably an eh overall, but because I do like the challenge of not being able to hit those shortcuts, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's between the Bowser Castles and Ghost Valley. Hyrule Circuit is our first crossover course. And I am of the opinion that the crossover courses are fun. I like that they're in Mario Kart 8. I don't want necessarily Mario Kart to become a crossover game, which World didn't continue that, so okay, fine, I guess I got my wish. But on its own, when you look at it just as like a fun little course, you know, it's themed after Hyrule. I like Zelda. Hey. Well, I guess the F-Zero was the first crossover one, actually. I forgot. But this one feels more significant, I guess, because it's Zelda, arguably. And I'm gonna put it in good. I don't think this course is really all that special. I like the shortcut that you can open through hitting the 3 switches. Beyond that, it is a fairly average course to me, just with a Zelda aesthetic, which bumps it up to good. So, we're gonna put it right there below Bowser Castle. I do like how all of the, like, piranha plants get reskinned into being, Boko Babas. The swoopers are reskinned into being keys. The coins are now rupees. You know, stuff like that. Really neat. I like it when they do stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm not in love with the course layout itself for Hyrule Circuit. I don't know what it is in particular. I like it. It's just nothing too special. Wildwoods is borderline phenomenal. Probably phenomenal. What are we thinking? Is this phenomenal or great for us? Because I like this course a lot. I'm gonna put it in great. I don't think it's quite up to phenomenal for me. But it is very, very high up there. Yeah, I think I agree for great. A low great for you? Really? I don't know if I'd say a low great. I'd say it should be towards the top of great for me. I would say top middle. Maybe between Lakeside Park and Coconut Mall. That feels right to me. Okay, Wii U Animal Crossing. So I love Animal Crossing, if anyone knows me. I don't love this course. I like the different seasons. I like that it can change between the different seasons, and that is neat. This course is very boring to me, I'm sorry to say. I wish they did a little bit more with the Animal Crossing aesthetic. Like, yeah, you have the villagers in the background. You can run into Rossetti as an obstacle. There's that one rock that you can hit that can have, like, coins pop out of it. But I'm not really in love with it, if I'm being real. I'm gonna put it in average. I'm sorry to say, Animal Crossing fans, the aesthetic doesn't carry it hard enough for me. It would ordinarily be an but because it's Animal Crossing, I do have to give it average, like a little boost there. I wish this course was just a little more interesting for me. I'd say right about there. Alright, Wii U Super Bell Subway. It's good. It's fine. Where's the fine category? This is the first fine game. It's not average, it's not good, it's just fine. You know? Bottom of good, I guess. I don't really have much to comment on with it. I like the music. I guess I like the aesthetics. This is a worse version of that museum level from Sonic Racing Crossworlds for me. Yeah. Big Blue. Okay, here's a genuine question. Is it better than 3DS Rainbow Road? Cause I might... No. I might give it the edge. Just because it's F-Zero. In case you didn't know, viewer, I like F-Zero more than Mario Kart. Alright? But, shit. But we are talking about Mario Kart here, and this also isn't explicitly... Like, this isn't a remake of any particular Big Blue. It's aesthetically very similar to a little bit of GX and X, and a little bit of its own thing as well. Mute City is very much GX inspired, and then you can see, like, Red Canyon in the background, which is cool. I think that's a fair placement. 3DS Rainbow Road, Big Blue, then Airship Fortress, then Mute City, and then Neo Bowser, yeah. I think that's probably going to be my top 5 and how it's going to rank for the rest of this. I don't see that changing. New York Minute. New York Minute 2. New York Minute 3, New York Minute 4, Tokyo Blur 2, Tokyo Blur 3, Tokyo Blur 4, Paris Promenade 2, Paris Promenade 3, London Loop 2, London Loop 3, Vancouver Velocity 2, Los Angeles Laps 2, Los Angeles Laps 3, Merry Mountain. Okay, no, Merry Mountain's actual ranking. Alright, here we go. Merry Mountain's actual ranking after playing this course 5.5 million times. It's good. It's good. Yeah. Yeah, right there. It's fine. Berlin Byways 2, Ninja Hideaway. Ninja Hideaway I actually kind of like a lot. I would say this is a great one. Bottom of great. Sydney Sprint 2, Singapore Speedway. This one's actually good. Right there. RMX Mario Circuit 1. Oh, the remix versions of these. I have not played these. Okay, if I'm gonna be real with you, I have not played them. Weirdly enough, they don't have the remix version of Bowser Castle 3, which was the one that had that really weird layout. I'm gonna put them in I don't remember, because that feels the most fair. Because I haven't played them. Remix Rainbow Road 1 looks fun. I don't know if it is, but just looking at it, it looks fun. Okay, Mario Highway. These are the arcade courses. I cannot rank them. I have played Mario Kart Arcade GP2, and not the first one. Do those games emulate at all? Is there a way to emulate them? If so, I might be interested to give them a try through emulation. Yoshi Park, Stadium Arena, Waluigi Stadium, Peach's Castle, Kingdom Way, Splash Circuit, Tropical Circuit, Dance Street, Omatsuri Circuit, Areola Road, Sky Arena, Bowser's Factory, Bowser's Castle, that sounds neat, Bowser's, Pac-Man Stadium, Namco Circuit, GP VR, oh, there's VR tracks as well? Okay. And there you go. Now we're on to Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass, and the ranking can't make up its mind if it's from Booster Course Pass or Tour, but Sky High Sunday, which should be considered a Mario Kart World Track, let's be real. Dolphin just fully updated to support them with NetPlay. Wii Homebrew also supports them playing on Wii, and the Triforce arcade system was essentially GameCube hardware. I do remember that. That's why AX exists, pretty much, is because it's basically one-to-one arcade hardware. Sky High Sunday should be considered a world course, because I do subscribe to the theory that this course was made for World, and then they backported it to 8 and Tour. If we're talking about Mario Kart World, it's actually a pretty good course. It's average otherwise, though. And because it's being introduced as a Booster Course Pass course here, I'm going to put it at the very top of average, okay? But just note, if we're talking about World only, I'd put it somewhere around the Bowser Castles in good. Yoshi's Island from Booster Course Pass. This is another phenomenal one. I love this track so much. Not top 5 material, but it's damn close. Right there. Below Bowser Castle, between it and Luigi's Mansion. Amsterdam Drift. Damn. Bangkok Rush. I remember actually kind of liking this one. I'm gonna put it in average. Piranha Plant Cove. This one's good. Low good, but it's good. Bottom of good. Athens Dash. I got nothing. Rome Avanti. Piranha Plant Pipeline. I have never played, and hopefully this gets put on something. So that's another one that goes in. I can't remember. Squeaky Clean Sprint. This one's... Where I put Ribbon Road? There it is. This is slightly better Ribbon Road for me. Slightly better. Same aesthetic. Slightly better. Madrid Drive. Mario... Okay, now under the Mario Kart World tracks. I don't know if this is going to be at all consistent with how I ranked these courses in the last time I ranked them during the Mario Kart Kirby Air Ride and Sonic ranking, but I'm just gonna go based on my vibes here. Yeah, this game didn't have a lot of original courses, did it? A lot of them were retro tracks, and those aren't being counted here, so... First, let's start with Mario Bros. Circuit. I like this more than most people do. I wouldn't say it's the best starter course. I'd say it's just below Mario Kart Stadium. Where is that? Here it is. So, for me, right there. For you, it's the best circuit track? You really think that? I do like it a lot. I like the Radiator Springs aesthetic. And, I like the few little segments where there's, like, the rail grinding, and I like the wall tricks in that one little cave spot. It's just fun to do whenever you're passing the cave wall. Yeah, I'm gonna put it there, yeah. I think Mario Kart Stadium is the better track between the two for first track, but I like it a lot, okay? Cheap Falls. Weirdly, Mario Kart World, despite there being a ton of cheap themed tracks, Mario Kart World is the first time the cheap is actually playable. Weird. But okay. Cheap Falls. I like this course. It's good. It's not great. It's good. It is a worse aesthetic for me. Well, I say it's a worse aesthetic. I like the Japanese flair to it a lot, actually. Where did I put Ninja Hideaway? Because it's like Ninja Hideaway meets Maple Tree Way. Ninja Hideaway is at the bottom of great. Okay. So, yeah, I would put this course maybe right there, below Blue Lake. It's towards the top of good. It's a fine enough track, I think. Acorn Heights. I really like this map, actually. We're gonna put this in great. But where in great? Maybe it reminds me a lot of Wild Woods. I think I like Wild Woods more, though. So, just barely below Wild Woods. Crown City. I don't know what the common consensus is on this track. I just like this track's music. I'm putting it in great. Low great, though. Right there. I like the version of the track where you're actually up on top of the construction equipment and, like, up top the skyscrapers. That's cool for me. Starview Peak. It's better than Rosalina's Ice World, but not by much. Rosalina's Ice World has... You know what it has going for it over this one, actually? Rosalina's Ice World is actually a fairly challenging course. This one's just kind of boring. It's once again Ice Rosalina aesthetic. I don't know what it is about that. But at least this one has going for it that it's on top of a mountain. So it's kind of like an astral observatory on top of a mountain. I guess I get that. Visually very, very pretty course, especially at nighttime. I'm gonna put it right next to Ice World, but only slightly above. Even though I think I would actually prefer racing on Ice World. You know what? For that, yeah, I guess I would prefer racing on Ice World, so why would I rank it that way? Okay. Faraway Oasis. This is also... It's a good one. It's good. It's good. Yeah, this one's good. I like, what's it called? Pride Rock from The Lion King? Yeah. I like Pride Rock. Yeah. I'm gonna put it just above Merry Mountain. Yeah. Salty Speedway is a course of all time. I have a hard time remembering this one. This one is tier for me. It's not like a disrespectful it's just a you know? Dandelion Depths. I like this course. This one is going towards the top. This one, I think, is our first phenomenal from World. Not the top of the ranking, but I really, really like this course. Yeah, above Shroom Ridge. Feels about right. Whistletop Summit. A mushroom course. Mushroom Cup course. It's okay. It's average. Right there. Boo Cinema. This one's another phenomenal right up here. We're gonna put this... My problem with Boo Cinema is it's too short. Does that make sense? You don't spend enough time in the movie. I feel like if you spent more time in the movie, this should go like this could be the top tier of all time. Personally, this is below Wii Rainbow Road for you. I could see that. I'm gonna give it a little bit more of an edge though. I'm gonna put it below. I'm gonna put it just above Wii Rainbow Road. Just to be cringe contrarian cope. Yeah, that feels about right. Again, if it was longer, this would be like... If I spent like maybe 20 to 30 seconds more in the movie, this would top 3DS Rainbow Road, I think. If they could just like come up with something else for me to do in there. I don't know. Just... It's a really good idea that just slightly missed the mark of being perfect. Peach Stadium. If we're talking about the one that appears in the Flower Cup or whichever one it is, where you just go around the battle map, fucking bad tier. Garbage course. If we're talking about the actual Special Cup track, DK Spaceport. This one is also a phenomenal for me. I love this track. Again, not too high of the ranking. Maybe below Waluigi Pinball? Yeah. I do wish, you know what, for this track, I do wish a little bit more happens on each lap. Like... This is actually a pretty short course despite being, 5 laps. It's a single lap, but 5 segments or 7 segments, something like that, when you include the intermission. Yeah, I just wish the course itself had a little bit more going for it, but yeah, it's still pretty good. Great Question Block Ruins. It's better than Thwomp Ruins, yeah. It's not better than Cloud Top Cruise, so it's gonna be somewhere in the middle of great for me. I'm gonna put it... there, below 3DS Bowser Castle. Yeah, if this course is coming off of an intermission, this course is great. I like the build-up where you're driving up, like, across the lake, and then you go through the water spout. As a 3-lap track, I mean, God, if I consider every intermission, we'd really be here a long time trying to figure out where all these courses really rank. But I'm gonna put it there because that's where I feel like it's better than Thwomp Ruins for me, but less than Cloud Top Cruise, so it has to be in this range somewhere. And I think that's where it belongs. Dry Bones Burnout. Give me Dry Bowser, damn it. I actually really like this course. I like the mariachi vibes. I like the music. This is the only other time, other than Grumble Volcano, that we've had a directly lava-themed course for me. I do know some people, like Froze, are a little down on this track, but I really love this one. I'm gonna put it in Phenomenal. Bold choice, maybe. I'm gonna put it between Music Park and Electrodrome. Because, yeah, that's how I feel. Alright, Bowser's Castle. So is this the better Bowser Castle compared to 8, is the question. I don't know. We're gonna have to discuss this. So, with an intermission, the build-up for this course is awesome. Just like with Cloud Top Cruise. Question block ruins. I love driving up the volcano. I love when, specifically, you're passing through Big Donut. It's fun for me. On its own, as a 3-lap track, though, it's kind of underwhelming. You're actually in Bowser's Castle for like 4 seconds, it feels like. You go through one room, and then you're back outside of the castle, and then you shoot up to a cloud above it, which reminds me a bit of the Thunderhead from Cloud Top Cruise, which is nice. And I like that the cloud has like the Bowser shape to it, and that's what makes the build-up to it so fucking awesome. But yeah, this is more about Bowser's cloud than it is his castle. You don't really spend any time in the castle at all. So for that, I think I have to rank it a little lower. But if we were considering the intermission as part of the ranking here, I think it would rank above Wii U Bowser Castle for me. But I'm mostly looking at these as their 3-lap variants for the world ones, and I do have to rank it a little lower. If I was only ranking it based on the 3-lap variant, though, it would fall down to great. But we do have to consider it, so I'm gonna put it there. I think it's just barely below Bowser Castle on Wii U. Actually, I think Yoshi's Island is a little better. Yeah, I feel confident with this. Okay. The spectacle course of all time, Mario Kart World Rainbow Road. I have flipped so hard back and forth on my opinion on this course. I have told people that this is the best Rainbow Road, and I have told people that this is the worst Rainbow Road, and I have told people this is the most average Rainbow Road, and I have told people that this is an okay Rainbow Road. Where do I currently feel about it? It's in great. Here's the thing. Challenge? 0 points. Not challenging. Very basic course for a Rainbow Road. But as we saw with N64 Rainbow Road, that is not necessarily a selling point of this of every Rainbow Road. Sometimes a long Rainbow Road that just feels climactic to end the game on is great for me. Visually, stunning. These, I mean, it should make sense. It's Switch 2, right? But, like, genuinely, I love looking at this course. This is the best looking racetrack of any racing game I've ever played. As of right now. I do feel that way. I'm sorry, I love Kirby Air Riders. The tracks don't compare for me visually to this. Nova is very close, but I like the aesthetics of World's Rainbow Road. But the course itself is not really challenging. And maybe even goes a little too low. Maybe. I like the satellite segment a lot. I like when the music kind of calms down and you have that moment where you're on the starry, like, water thing that's in the sky for whatever reason. Best Rainbow Road visually, but you're not really doing a lot. There are some shortcuts that you can take in the first segment where you're cutting between the weaving segments. I like that. There's also that final part. And that final part carries it, I think, for me. When you're launching off of the satellite, going back down to the Rainbow Road, and then you get the thing that says final lap, and then you see the big circular star right at the end, and you're like, that's the end of the track, and you're just rushing your way towards it. That is an exhilarating feeling. It's still not a hard track. Like, it's kind of in your head that it's exhilarating, right? But that is how I feel. Isn't it the Dreadnought? It does look a lot like the Dreadnought. I'm not sure if it is supposed to be Dreadnought Galaxy, but it does look a lot like it. Regardless, just that final stretch is, like, really carrying this Rainbow Road for me. And just the way the music builds up, I hands down, I think this is the best song for Rainbow Road. Can we agree on that, at least? I love how it uses the instruments, and for the other Rainbow Road remixes in Mario Kart World, how it kind of uses that one, like, airy, mystical, spacey sounding synth, and utilizes that throughout all the other Rainbow Road remixes. I love it. 3DS Rainbow Road is still the better Rainbow Road. I think no doubt about it. I'm not going to put it in Phenomenal, because I don't think it belongs in Phenomenal. But I will put it right there, towards the top of Great. Excuse me. And that will conclude our ranking. Holy fucking shit. I didn't even feel like I, drew this out any. I went at my natural pace. This took 3 hours to do this ranking. It is a good thing I saved this for a Saturday stream. I did not think this would take me nearly this long. There's just a lot of tracks to go over. But I think this is definitively my opinion. You know, feel free to disagree with any of my choices here. I think I have to agree with myself. That's what I do. I agree with myself. Mega ego right here. No, I think I have to say this was a lot of fun to put together. I would love to do more tier lists with you, but I also have other games that I'm going to be streaming tonight. So, this is the only one I'm doing tonight. We'll do more tier lists maybe sometime in March. And then we'll, here, let's export this. Title of tier list: Factual Mario Karting tier list. All the courses. Okay. And that's that. Export image. Yeah. God, I freaking hate Mario Kart Tour courses. I mean, some of these, if I was being more serious about some of these, Rome is okay. Paris is alright. Some of these are average. I would put a lot of these in though, if I was really ranking these. But I'm not. I don't want to. Okay? Can we agree? We've done good things here today. We've pissed off everyone. No one wins. Yes! Okay. Well, we are... What the fuck is going on with the overlay here? We are going to be right back. And when we come back, we will tell you many stories. What are the stories going to be? Well, they're going to be Mario and Luigi partners in time stories. So, stick around. We'll show you more of that. And yeah, sometime in maybe March or April, I'm going to do some more tier list ranking. I really like doing these streams. They're fun. And if anyone has any tier list suggestions or ideas for different things that you want to see ranked, such as... I mean, I don't mind doing streams where it's like I'm only ranking one thing like today, but if you have something that, like, I don't know, like ranking all of the Xenoblade characters, that one's probably going to take a whole stream, honestly. I mean, I could probably go through pretty fast with it, but I don't know. Just, if you got suggestions, send them my way. Otherwise, I'm going to do a bunch of bullshit, okay? Be ready for it.